I'm Derek Mountfield and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is me, Baz, doing a late match reaction. The game was yesterday. I wasn't here yesterday after the match. I went away, so I'm doing it today. Yeah, walked out to Goodison very, very disappointed yesterday. Well, no, actually I'm lying. I didn't walk out disappointed. I just walked out kind of like, what did we really expect? The team, got the team early, obviously, had a look at it, was worried, thought we'd get tonked, if I'm honest. I couldn't understand a couple of things with the side. I couldn't understand where Kieran Dal was for the start. He's been bigged up for weeks. He may be injured, I don't know, but I was expecting him fully to be in the squad. He's the one everybody's been going on about. He's the one who seems to have been doing really, really well in the under-21 side. So to not even see him on the bench was a little bit odd. Wasn't surprised to see Coney up front. Wasn't surprised to see Osman back in as captain. Wasn't surprised to see Oviedo in. McGibbon came in. You know, you looked at that side and you just thought, right, okay, let's have a go and see what's what. But you know what? This squad where I'd looked at it before Christmas and gone, not a bad squad. Now we've got, you look at him or you look at Morales, he can't get in the team, but he's a good player. You look at the players we've got to come in. Yeah. They either don't want to play anymore for the manager and have thrown the towel in. They're just not very good, or a bit of both, or have got no confidence whatsoever. But it just looks a little bit like everything has gone to pieces. It looks like there's nothing. There's no cohesion. I thought in the first half yesterday, I thought McGibbon stood out, really. I think you look at him and it just makes you go, why is he being so unlucky with injuries? Because I think if he was fully fit and able to move around a pitch like he could do kind of 18 months ago, he would be in Everton's best 11 because he's still probably better than any of our midfielders. He's like Gareth Barry, only he's a little bit more, his passing's a bit better, I would say, than Gareth Barry. Reads the position well. It's just you can't trust him. He's not fit. Proved it yesterday, he didn't even stay on. He was injured, he went down about 4 times. You just can't trust players like that, and but he's got such a good passing ability at that. He showed it a few times yesterday and he was organised, and you just looked and thought, one of those players where you're quite rueful really that he's been so injury prone. Going through the team, thought the goalkeeper done what he had to. I was disappointed with Southampton, to be honest. I know they hit the post and they hit the crossbar, but for a team that has been doing really well and a team that's chasing that Europa League place, playing against an Everton side with half a team out, I would have thought they really took the game to us. And even though they had all of the ball really in the first half, didn't really do much with it. I was a bit disappointed with them. But going through our side, I thought John Stones was decent yesterday. Thought he got back to a bit more like the old John Stones in terms of defending. Funes Mori was all right. He's in and out, isn't he? He'll do something good and then he does something you're like, stop trying to pinch the ball off people. Just defend. When he just basically defends, he's a lot better. And obviously scored a goal, which is a nice little plus side to his game that none of the other defenders seem to have. Coleman, Seamus Coleman, just not playing well. Love Seamus, but just isn't playing well at all. He looks, I don't know what has happened to him and Baines under Martinez, but they've gone backwards in my opinion, the pair of them. Brian Oviedo, again, don't trust him. Lovely fella, he's decent footballer, but goes down about 8 times in a game and you just think, you're just one injury away from being out for 3 months again. So, and he was hot and cold as well yesterday. He was all over the place at times. But midfield, Bezic didn't, and I love Mo Bezic, but didn't pull up any trees for me. Like I say, Gibson probably the pick of them. Kevin Morales, not really, didn't do anywhere near enough, was in and out. Coney was rubbish really, to be fair to him. Didn't have a good game. Deulofeu, everyone who watches this knows that I love Gerard Deulofeu. He was piss poor, if I'm being honest, piss poor. yeah, there's just players there, and you just think, yeah, you're just not very good. Osman, funnily enough, done all right for the first half. He just faded. We know he's got no legs, so his legs just disappear. You know, and a couple of times they just knocked it past him and laughed at him. You know, because he was getting nowhere near them. Really disappointing. But the biggest thing I want to take from the game, and the biggest kind of argumentative point that I want to bring up is Nias. And, you know, I know people will go on about it and everything else, but I'm sorry, the manager has almost destroyed this lad already, and he's hardly played for us, because we've got a team there with no players in it. Everybody's injured, and he still can't get in. And then you go, all right, if he thinks he can't do 90 minutes for whatever, I don't know what they do at Finch Farm. I honestly haven't got a clue. We've got the worst fitness people in the world. End of story. What goes on at Finch Farm is beyond me now, because we pick up injuries every game. The manager's supposed to be a physiotherapist. Never had anywhere near this many injuries with Moyes. It's just incredible. But what goes on fitness-wise, I've not got a clue. That's probably someone from Finch Farm texting me moaning. I don't know what goes on, because the players aren't fit enough. But this kid, Nias, has been here for weeks, and he's not fit enough to get even half a game. It's embarrassing. And then he doesn't even come on. He doesn't even come on in a game that is essentially meaningless at home. When Kone's playing the way he plays, it's embarrassing. And the manager's destroyed whatever he's bought. He's paid 14 million quid for him, told everybody he'd watch them for a year. So he can't say, I took a punt on him and it didn't work. We got him, we looked at him closely and we thought it's not going to work. He told everyone how he'd scouted them and watched them and how impressed he was, and he'll bring this and this. And he never gets a game. It's embarrassing, and it's, sadly for the manager, it's just another kind of pointer to how inept he is, really, sadly, you know. The two bright spots, of course, with young Connolly and Davis, who come on. I thought they acquitted themselves fantastically well. Connolly looked brilliant. You know, his first action was to have to defend the corner. He won the header, put a lovely cross in, which we got the corner for which Funes Mori scored from. I've not seen their goal again. I couldn't be arsed watching Match of the Day last night, to be honest with you. So I don't know whether he could have got closer for the goal. I'm not sure. I know he was in the vicinity, but I'm not going to blame him. It's not his fault for that. And I thought Davis come on and looked very assured. A little bit scruffy though, kid. Pull your socks right up to your knees, put a couple of tie-ups on, and just make yourself look like a little bit more like, you know, not like someone's just said, you want to go on? And you're like, yeah, if you're not going to play the one you've paid 14 million for, then I'll have a go. Yeah, they are. Just let me get me boot. Yeah, got no shinies, so just let me pull my socks up. Go ahead. Go on then, I'll go on. That's how he looked. Yeah, and he played like that, and it was quite good to see, really. He just played with no fear. He done that little shimmy in our box, and then just stuck it through two players and back to Connolly. It was a classy moment, and he looks like a good footballer. And 17, absolutely brilliant to see. But yeah, they were undoubtedly the bright spots of what was not a very bright day. But listen, you know, we took the lead. We knew. I think everybody knew that we weren't going to hang on to it. It ended in a 1-1 draw. Phenomenal. 3 games unbeaten now. We'd stopped the club record, everybody. It would have been the first time we'd ever lost 4 home games on the bounce. So we stopped that record, which is great. Shows a sign of progress. The other thing, you know, the one thing I would say is, I don't know whether maybe me and Pet have got it wrong in terms of how everybody's feeling about Roberto Martinez, because it was very, very quiet. There was no kind of Martinez out shouts or chants or things like that, and it was just very, very quiet. So I don't know whether, I'm never going to say that I speak for everybody. I can only give you my opinion. My opinion is he needs to go. The club is going backwards now, and nothing is going to change it. So I don't know. I don't know whether the majority want him to stay or they want him to go. I've no clue. In terms of after the game, it ended 1-1. I haven't bothered to listen to anything he said after the game, because it would have just been bollocks anyway. But I've seen a few things on Twitter last night. People talking to Mashiri on the train. Someone at the ground told me that someone they knew had been talking to him on a train on the way up, and he said, wait till next season, I've got a plan. People have said they spoke to him afterwards, and Martinez is staying. I don't believe for 1 second that has been decided. I'm sorry, I'm not saying anyone's lying, and I'm not saying that isn't what he said or Bill Kenwright said. We're going to give him loads of money and next year's going to be boss. I don't believe that either. That'll be something that will be discussed at the end of the season. I've seen people saying you don't want Jose Mourinho. Okay, you don't want to win it, fine. The manager that won the Premier League last season, and we wouldn't want him, but we want someone who took his team down. Can't get my head around that. Everton need a new manager. They need a winner. They need someone who commands respect. And they need someone who will sort out the lazy-arse knobheads that wear that shirt. Because that's what they are, most of them, unfortunately, this season. Because whether you like your manager or not, you should also give 100% every single game. And I don't believe for 1 minute Everton do that. The most unfit side in the Premier League just get rings run around them. So something needs to change in the summer. And that's the way it is. My opinion is we need a new manager. Yeah, if Jose Mourinho we had the chance to get him, why would anybody say they don't want him? He wrecks clubs, he's short term, he'd only be here for 2 years. Yeah, but he'd elevate Everton to a whole new level as well while he's here. But, yeah, anyway, all opinions, like I've said, all opinions. Yeah, so, you know, I've spoke for about 11 minutes on something I thought would speak for 3 on, so there you go. I go into the derby with absolutely no confidence whatsoever. Liverpool are playing really well now. I feel as though we're shot. I really, really want to be confident and say, you know what, we'll turn up on the night, but we're probably not going to have a team to turn up on the night, it looks. So, yeah. Listen, we'll this time next week we'll know how good or bad a week it was, won't we? Let's see what happens anyway. I'll be with Ped on the final word tomorrow. I think we've got Rodri Cannon coming in from Reed Everton. I think he'll be the guest with us tomorrow. Ped's done some reaction yesterday. Have a look at that if you haven't already checked it out. Don't forget to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, nearly at 8,000 now, so thank you very, very much. If you're not following us on Twitter, do it now, because I think we're only 3 or 4 away from 15,000, so that is great. Thank you very, very much to each and every one of you that subscribe. People are tweeting me when I'm trying to do the video, stop it. And I will see you soon on Toffee TV.